Welcome to the Dancing Oracle with Najia. I'm a psychic medium and I normally do tarot, oracle, world predictions and teach you how to be more intuitive and learn about the divine design within this universe. But tonight I'm teaching you all about personal year in numerology, number 7. It's your forecast. It's your forecast if you are a personal year 7. Now, I did a whole video on how to calculate your personal year. The thumbnail for that one looks exactly like this one, but it's in black and white. So you can find it pretty easily on my channel. And it will be in the playlist called Intuition and Divine Design, because numerology is all about divine design. And if you want a quick review of how to calculate it, we take the current year that we're interested in working with. So this is for 2025. We're here in the holiday season of 2024, and everybody wants to know, what's 2025 going to be like for me, specifically for me, okay? So, but this method works for every single year. So you can come back to this video next year and put in 2026, come back in 2 years, put in 2027, and find your personal year, okay? So what you want to do is you have to find the universal year first, not your birth year. That's a different type of numerology. That's your life path. We're doing personal year, which is your forecast. It's a difference between, like in astrology, you have your sun sign, and it tells you all about your birth chart, about you when you were born, your personality, and then there's a horoscope, which is your forecast. So it's kind of like that in numerology. So we have 2025. If we add up 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, and we reduce it to a single digit, because it's already a single digit, it adds up to the number 9, the 9 universal year for 2025. So we take that universal year of 9, we add it to the day you were born and the month you were born. So for instance, I had used in my calculator for that video, we used our favorite celebrity and my birthday, September 2nd. September is a 9, the 2nd is a 2, and the 9 personal year equals 20. So me and Keanu and many other people on my channel who are writing in also have personal year number 2. But depending what day of the month or numerical value of the month you were born, you add it up and it turns out to be a 7. Then you want to watch this video if it added up to 7, okay? If it adds up to 7, this video is for you. And a personal year 7 is your spiritual year. This is the year that I got really into tarot and came out of the closet and took all my formal tarot courses and channeling, all these different things I did in my number 7 year. So you may do the same, but you may end up going to church more because it's a year of spiritual growth. It's also intellectual pursuits because that's part of the spiritual nature, to seek wisdom and to engage in learning and activities that nourish your soul. This is also a year that you will spend time in solitude and reflection. On the 7 year, you may meditate more, you may go out in the woods and be in nature to have that solitude. You may just disengage from some of the activities and a lot of the relationships that you were dealing with in the number 6 year, which was all about relationships and caring for others. So in the 7 year, you'll find yourself caring less for others, because this is the year that you need to kind of go within for yourself. So you'll be seeking answers to questions about yourself and life, the universe, and how to create the conditions you want for yourself. It's a year of self-discovery. You will be exposed to aspects of your life that you've become dissatisfied with, and you will realize how perfect your life can be if you make changes. So you're going to need some patience and focus on changing the things you can't control this year. Now, a lot of this material that I'm sharing with you from now on in this part of the video is sourced from a wonderful numerologist called Christine Delory. I have put her information for her website at the bottom of the description, in the description box on this video. And she could even just do a numerology reading for you about every aspect. You can contact her. But if you want a psychic reading and how to change your energy to create the life of your dreams, then contact me for a private reading. But I am not a numerologist. I'm an artist, I'm a dance teacher, and a psychic. Okay, it's a little different. So the 7 year is your inner voyage. This is spiritual assessment and learning. And you want to welcome that 7 energy flow in a very different atmosphere than you had in your 6 year. This is an atmosphere of privacy, quietness, solitude. It's this inward, constant seeking of answers about life, seeking your truth, wisdom, fulfillment. Yeah. So without knowing your purpose, this 7 year can be confusing or even depressing, right? No matter how much you want to surge ahead, this year is a year of learning how to create the conditions that you truly want for yourself. So you first have to create those conditions, and you have some learning to do. So this year you'll be exposed to aspects of your life, that you're not happy with. And you're going to realize just how incredible and satisfying your life can be if you're willing to make some of the changes that are necessary. It's only then that you will come to where you know you are meant to be in your soul contract, in this very crazy, crazy big world, okay, where you fit in. And it's very self-centered year for you. Last year, you were trying to balance self-care with helping others. Now this year, it's coming back to you. You'll be seeking and finding a direction that is right for you. And you're going to find that there's a more serious aspect of yourself emerging. And you're also going to realize you're not happy with the status quo. It's just not enough anymore. You need more. And in a year of contemplation and reflection, you're not going to want to rush into a new opportunity. You have to be patient and wait for that to come to you. You can't like force yourself, to have a certain result. It's not the time. It's not the time to force anything. Uh, this is a time to plan. You got to slow down. You had a very busy number 5 year a couple of years ago. Oh my God, crazy, crazy, crazy. And then you had to take care of others. And now the ebb and flow is slow down. And if you feel lost in this churning world, you just have to just say, okay, I admit it. I'm not sure what I want, not sure where I'm going, but you know what? I'm committed to finding out. Don't worry. Um, you got to realize that you might have to be lost for a while to find out where you are, and it's exactly where you're meant to be. You're okay. It's just like Dorothy clicking her shoes. There's no place like home, and she ends up there. So she had to go on her journey in her number 5 year and then come back a couple years later and find the answers within. The wizard didn't have them, it's really her, right? So it's kind of like that in the number 7 year. There's a need for you to slow down, take things easier. We can't, I can't, I can't say that enough. Because if you move too fast, you're going to find that it's just like if you're moving. I had a friend, we were moving too fast. She had a really bad fall. It would have been, and we were held up because of that, of course. And she really hurt herself, really hurt herself. It was scary. And if we had just slowed down and been mindful of the pavement, then she wouldn't have tripped and fallen. Okay. In a number 7 year, that can manifest in a physical fall, and it often does, right? So you have to uh, you have to allow yourself or even force yourself into a quieter and more receptive mode and thinking mode and meditative mode and seeking mode. Or this year, the seven energies fall, um, can sweep, your private life into the glare of public scrutiny. You don't want that. 7 is the number of scandals, secrets, conspiracies, and paranoia. And so you don't want to go there. It's where one's pride's feelings of superiority is adversely affecting others. So a fall from grace is possible in a 7 year. It's why the introspection is important. So one way or another, denial is not an option this year. So don't succumb to a fall of any kind. It it will not be long before you realize it was not only inevitable, but if you do have to fall, if you fall from grace, look at it as an opportunity to move ahead in a more natural direction. Okay? You want, again, to emphasize this year, number 7, introspection, like a meditation. You want to pay attention to your emotions, your intuition. You may need to seclude yourself, research, and tap into your faith. On this very quiet inner year, you can learn the answers to the most burning and often avoided questions because you were too busy to ask yourself these things before. On all those other years from 1 to 6, now is your year to slow down and seek what feels good for you, what is your ideal situation, and study and really think about what needs to be learned in order to make what you want a reality. It could take the entire year to figure these things out. So don't assume you have to have the answers. This is not a year of instant gratification. It's a slow year. You may feel frustrated, you worry, but it just remind yourself it's not, you have to know the energy of this year to take advantage of it. It's not about lack of movement, but a chance to be moving more realistically towards your long-term goals. So you got to be patient. You've got to have faith in this number 7 cycle. Remember I talked on the first video, when you calculate, everything goes into a spiral cycle. So you come back on yourself every 9 years. You have to go through all the energies of all the 9 years, and you come back to yourself again in a more expanded way, we hope, as opposed to a retracted way. So it spirals in like the inside of the seashell that you listen to with your ear. So very, very little is required of you activity-wise during this year. It's all about the mental and emotional and spiritual experience that makes the following year, your number 8 year, that's your achievement. That's your empowerment year. So you got to like pull back, like when you take a rubber band and you're gonna like shoot it out in the air. Well, the more you pull back, the further you go when you're ready to. And that would be next year when things really move ahead. And they will. But this year, it's slow, and that is okay. You got to keep telling yourself it's okay. Significant things can happen even when it's slow. That these are like small little pieces that lead to the larger potential expansion. And that will happen next year, guaranteed, your number 8 year. But the more you work on your inner self, the better next year will go. So no matter what, you'll be made aware of the imperfections in your life, and you can put those things into, you can study, and you can analyze your options to make your life more efficient the way you want in a 7 year. Because remember, it's spiritual assessment year, or spiritual assessment that I work with in the tarot and the oracle and with the number 7. It's not just about like religiosity or faith. It's taking stock of where you're at. Spiritual assessment it comprises a lot. So it's all about the power of reflection right now. And when you recognize this power, you can then organize your life the way it needs to be because you have a greater understanding of it. Reflection doesn't just mean looking back and looking at your past. It's also looking at everything and everyone right now in the present and seeing how your reality is being mirrored to you through people and places and things. So whoever affects you is your reality. It's mirrored back to you. So some aspects of your current reality will feel out of place and you no longer desire them. You're ready for change. You're assessing the situation. You're ready to give certain things up and bring other aspects into your life. By the way, if you're getting help from my videos, please hit the like button. Please share my videos. Subscribe for free and put the notification bell on so that you can know when new videos are coming out. And if you want to support the channel and become a member, it's only a few dollars a month. And I'd love to have you in our membership. All right, so let's get back to number sevens. When you are in this reflective space, no matter how advanced you think you are spiritually or even materially, this year will expose the places that feel empty in your life. And, I had talked about you may feel lonely in a 7 year. Okay? It's okay. You just got to accept this emptiness exists and you'll discover the fullness of what you can create. You'll look at that emptiness like as a space for your unfulfilled dreams. This will be the year that you can take stock of what is important to you and what you want to do and educate yourself. So when you feel these deep emotions rise, you gotta you don't block them out. You gotta feel them. You can't deny them. If you deny them, you can get ill health. And if ill health occurs, it's an indication that a buildup of there's unexpressed emotion. It's bursting to get out. And it may do so in the form of depression. Depression is suppression. It's the holding in of your emotions. Let me say that again. Depression is suppression. It's the holding in of your emotions. So if you can let those emotions out, move energy, dance, take a dance class with me, the Dancing Oracle, on Zoom. I'll help you let go of your pent-up emotions. So once you move that energy and these feelings have been recognized and released from your body, then the improvement will occur in your physical world, your emotional world, your mental health, right? So there's never a need. Some people are scared of releasing emotions because you may think that part of releasing emotions is involves hurting yourself or someone else because can be scary. But realize that's not the case. You need to spend time alone with no distractions so that the feelings can be given full focus, full loving attention. Sometimes these feelings can take you by surprise. They're your shadow self, and you have to deal with your shadow self at this time. because there could be dark secrets that were keeping you from being yourself. But when you have that insight, it will boost you. It will boost your self-esteem. If you overanalyze yourself, it's a form of denial. So don't get into that. Remember that the truth for one is not necessarily the truth for another. And that could just drive you crazy, before it sets you free. Perhaps what you once thought was crazy is simply what takes you to free yourself from outdated beliefs. So don't judge yourself, all right? It may be where you're at and you need to go to the next step. And by the same token, um, you can't expect others to know what you're thinking or feeling. Whatever's happening to you, or to understand your moods or bouts of secrecy, just be aware of that. Because they may be on a different wavelength and completely than where you're at. So, it may be difficult for others to approach or comprehend you. And you can't read, no one can read your mind or your feelings. Not like, most cases you can't read their minds or feelings. So you've got to communicate. You've got to communicate. You can't take your relationships for granted. You gotta understand them. Everyone in your life is like a mirror, and it's like a play. It's like a mirror play, and that mirror play is reflecting your reality back to you. So whatever's happening with their behaviors, other people's behaviors and attitudes, it can really, because they're a mirror, it can teach you a lot about yourself. It can check out the themes that come up, and you will know so much more about yourself as you gain this knowledge by introspection. And as you gain knowledge, whether you study or you're going within, you'll gain confidence as well as expertise. You will start to realize how precious and unique you are, and you may even see your gifts and appreciate them. And you got to embrace the diversity of life within the place you're in. So all this soul searching is this chance in this cycle to rediscover yourself, right? As you're a new person now. You've evolved along this path of the 9 cycle. And then you're always creating a new aspect of yourself. So you want to find that treasure that you are now and let go of who you once were. It's time to let go. You've evolved. You're not confined to be one way the rest of your life. So you got to find that balance this year. It's the year of learning the basics of manifestation, the law of abundance, because next year, you want to take advantage of that abundance in your power year, okay? So you must go within and study as well, all about energy, the magic of energy. So your will can determine what it wants by the way it feels. So feeling creates. Feeling and thought create. And it can orchestrate things. So you got to face your fears, let them move through you rather than create illness in you. And you're going to get to know what needs to be feared and what doesn't need to be feared. You're going to be looking within to see that. So, in a genuine intent to be successful at this will release you from the bondage of guilt. Because guilt just, we learned about that in the number 6 year, in the relationship year, how you don't want to have that run your life. But without guilt, your reality can be seen for what it really is. Yeah, just get rid of that guilt. Move from love. And then your reality can be seen for what it is. And balance can be maintained. And without having that balance, you may still materialize things, but not the way you intended. Okay? You'll be creating by default rather than creating consciously. And you've got to work with acceptance of reality. We talked about this in the previous years. It is key to really, through these cycles, to accept what you're dealing with. And in this year, your total presence is needed in this spiritual assessment year. So only by being completely in the now, in any situation you find yourself in, only by being in the now, you will find what you seek. This is why this year asks you to plan rather than do. Okay, it's not an action year. It's all about just feeling and being present. So you're going to be stretched way beyond, your solitary environment. That's what life does. Life does pull us out of that. And, beyond this earth, we are connected to the entire universe. Everything is connected. That's how everything is connected. Everything's full of energy. That's how I am a psychic. That's how I tap into my abilities. And because all life is spirit, all life is energy, even inanimate objects. And understanding that, it means that there's so much more than we can even imagine. So during this year, you want to explore every part of your reality. And by the end of this year, you'll know who you are and where you fit into this ever-changing life. You'll know your true identity. You'll know your soul contract. You want to stay on your soul contract. You may have some shocking revelations this year, but it will help you to know how powerful you can become when your determination embraces knowledge. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you visit my other videos all about learning to become more intuitive, all about divine design, all about predictions, and even I do predictions on some of our favorite celebrities, because many of you request me to do readings on celebrities, and one of the most requested videos is always of Keanu Reeves. So you'll see a lot of him on this channel. And I will honor a lot of your requests in Tiara's Tea and Tarot section, and I read a lot of your requests and do readings based upon them in those videos. So I look forward to seeing you in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this video, if it helped you. Check out, if you're currently a number 7-year, listen to the number 6 video and let me know, did the number 6 video ring true for you? Let me know in the comments if it sounded like 2024, whatever year you're watching this, current year that you just experienced, did it resonate with you? And do you feel that change coming on with your number 7 year? Thank you. Many blessings to you this year. Thank you.